Hello everybody, welcome back. As you can see, we are back at our, sorry, let me unhide. We are back at our new location with our portal. We've just popped through the portal and I've been a little bit busy in the background. I thought I'm going to lay it out and then bring you back. And as you can see, I appear to just get carried away and keep going. So, sorry about that. Let's walk to the top of the dune and we can have a look at it. As I say, we came here by portal because that's the only way to get here. And this is going to be an eco-friendly, solar-powered colony on an island somewhere really, really hot. So not everything is underground, but the windows are very small. But there are windows, if you look on the roof, to let in light from the sun. We will be building solar panels up top here. We do have a ladder to get onto the roof. And as you can see over there, there's lots more still to do. So should we take a look at it? All right, so this is our front door. And if we come in here and close our door, you will see not only the windows just below the roof, but the windows on the ceiling as well. So that lets in a lot of light to all the places. Now, the doors are color-coded. This is the operation side. So there'll be, I've got it actually written down on a piece of paper in front of me. There'll be communications, there'll be the controls, there'll be the solar energy center, and then I was advised not to put the water and the energy in the same place. So we have 3 rooms. The purple is for the living space. This is going to be the lounge, living area, because we're going to be working with a number of people. This will be the living room. And yes, we have wallpaper on the floor, but don't tell anyone that. The orange is going to be food prep and dining room area. And this is the part of the roof that's slightly lifted all the way around. That will have the solar panels. If you look out that window over there, you'll see our portal. We've got the single doors on each side here because one of these will probably be a storeroom or a refrigerated area, and the other one will be access from that side of the build. And then over here will be the dining room area. We'll probably have a lot of building to do with regards to sort of what we're going to be offering. This is that area that you saw that we are still in the process of building. This goes down further into the earth, and so it's even cooler, but we haven't got very far with that right now. And then you can see the light. It's actually quite cool on the floor. And here we have the dormitories. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing with them. I'm probably going to do, I don't know, an adult dormitory, a children dormitory, and then this will be the ablution facilities in between. Same thing in here for now. And then if you go out here, again, blue door, sleeping area. Another door outside, and this is to the hydroponics. As you can see, we have a nice greenhouse here. Keeping, you could see I haven't landscaped all the desert. I haven't got there yet. It's a job and a half. Oh, and by the way, I did a video, moving target, for your information too. the little code that we used to enter to flatten, well, to change the grass type, no longer appears to work. Maybe you can give me some information about that, because somebody brought it to my attention on my video and said that it wasn't working. So I went and checked, and it doesn't appear to be working. So let me know if you've got any feedback on that. This will eventually be connected to this other underground area, which I'm thinking might almost be a mirror image of this. Green is going to be for classrooms and learning areas. So we'll have, you can see we've got a little bit of dirt here. What on earth is that? Okay, and then we've got some dirt here. So let's just do the dirt thing. Any problem with doing that is it gives you like a buffer outside, so you have like this divot in the ground, but you can't really have the dirt falling into the building. That is what it is. So I'll have probably less desks and more individual learning stations. I'm not quite sure yet. And this will be partitioned. There's another outside area here, which leads us up to the ladder. Where's our ladder? There's our ladder. So we can get onto the roof, walking over the windows, and this is where our solar panels will be. They'll all be mounted. We'll have to decide exactly where the sun is and set them accordingly. So that's going to be a fun job, building solar panels. But what's nice is you actually have, I think the ladder is here. Yes, you can walk down the ladder. Don't have to jump off the roof. Isn't that nice? This is the other entrance to the kitchen. That one there. And then last but not least, I'm thinking of these as like the commander's quarters. So it'll be a sleeping area, maybe a desk area, and through here is going to be a very small bathroom area, depending. I haven't made up my mind about that yet. So that's where we are with this build right now. So solar panels are fun because you've got to run thick cables along them, and you've got to then run them through your boxes. I think I'm going to use the smallest area. We're going to have to cool this place down dramatically because the batteries get hot. Everything gets hot. Now, I don't quite know how we're going to do batteries. We don't really have solar anything. We also don't have thick cabling. Heating, electrical installations, and we've got fuse boxes, but we don't have like a EV board. We've got plugs. We've got a fuse box. That's really not going to help us, is it? So I think this is going to be the solar, and then we'll just run lots of cooling. Then I think these are pretty much the same size. So let's do this one as the communication. So you need communications with the outside world. I'm going to set up similar to what I did in the police station, desks all the way around here, and then computer screens and all kinds of stuff. Now we've got, if you look in hobbies under music, we have got a microphone somewhere here. Pretty much the only one we have, but we can use it. Let's see if we go all. I'm over Chrome now. I'm sorry about that. It is what it is. But we can maybe go for steel and put it, I don't know, we're going to need a few microphones in here. We are also going, I wish we could take, can we take this off? No, we can't. Okay. I want the, the microphone. I wonder what we can use as a microphone. And I have to find something. Let's take the mic and stick it over here for now. Come on, stand against the wall like a good microphone. Let me know what you think of the walls. I don't know if I'm 100% happy with what I've put on them. I thought it looked pretty good. I've matched as much as possible the color of the desert for the walls outside, so it sort of blends into the desert. But I didn't really want to make it that yellow beige. This is more grayish than beige. And as you can see, the ceiling is pretty low. And the corners of all the corridors are slightly round. I don't know. Where was I? Let me know if I should change the walls. I think what I'm going to do is exactly what I did in the, start with exactly what I did in the police station, which was take this desk. This desk is simple. It has many legs, just enough legs that we need. And we're going to line them up along here. That's not bad. I'm going to do that. I might just take that one out and put that over there, and then we can get our friendly little, there we go, that should match, and it does. We can make the worktops a little bit bigger. Only problem with this is I'm going to have to move it down. So we've got the legs. The legs are now, as you can see, brown instead of silver, which irritates me just a little bit because I know we changed them to steel. Fine, we'll do it this way then. You know what that. All right, so that's going to be our communications area. And yes, we're going to have to put a couple of very interesting things in here. I would say 4 chairs should be enough. We don't need more than that. I'm thinking these. Now this door is like a red brick. We're going to do exactly the same thing that we did with the table. And I think, I don't remember what color I used. Was it this? I think it was that. Let's see. Yep, that's pretty good. All right, 4 chairs plus 1. How's that? The plus 1 can be for the other guy. And if I hate this, we can always take one of the tables or 2 of the tables out so there's not so many chair legs. But it doesn't look too bad. We could probably put the computer stuff underneath one of these tables, or we can build another server room. We want a server room? Probably. Here's a receiver. We will consider that a good thing. We're probably going to have to build quite a few of these. So I know these sit on top of each other quite nicely. All right. What else looks interesting here? Should we put a few in here for now? And then we can always link them up or create a thing. Maybe back here. I can fit one more in there if I move these all across. And we are not going to be putting neon in this place, simply because we've got so many neon lights on the actual portal. We are going to end up messing the whole build up with just like shiny stuff everywhere. And then we need some screens. And yes, we're going to go the whole hog here. We're going to have big screens because we've got a big solar system out there. We're going to need big screens. Now for keyboards, I was wondering if I should just build the small screens into the desk, flip it and drag it down. So you've got your controls on the desk. If we wanted to do that, we could always sort of sync a keyboard into that. Yeah, let's keep the black and the grey keys. This is too far away. Let's move it a smidgen closer to the operator. Like that. Ooh, that'll work. Let's just throw another one over there. So something like that. So you can see I've been playing House Flipper 1 again. And they've got a lot more technical stuff. That's the only long speaker they've got. Ooh, hold on. Let's do that. And once again, it's turned brown. I hate that. Oh, it is brown. Okay. Sorry. I don't know. Does this look technical enough? I think it looks pretty. What am I doing? Let's just copy that. Otherwise, we're going to have to go over this whole thing again. I'll set up more stations, but this is just sort of the gist of it. There we go. Yes, we do have the bottom of the TV sticking out the desk, but that's okay. We can probably get our little block, our favorite little block, and just put a lip on the desk and nobody will see it. You know what I mean? Okay, if you want to stand on the desk, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to argue. Might not be enough. It'll take your eye away from what's sticking out under the desk. So each person has this sort of setup in front of them. I'll have to center that. I'm not going to spend my time centering it now. So there will be 2 of these stations. What are we going to do for this? I wish I had that little cage. How big is that? It's a little bit too big, but you know what? Maybe we could use that. Let's just change this, because that clearly needs to be a different color. There we go. Yeah, it'll be fine, maybe. Any ideas? Let me know. Do we need a mouse? This is a really okay, but it also isn't a new mouse. We can use that. We can probably place it there, just in the event of. That looks quite good together. That's set up, and if we wanted to turn the TV on, and if we wanted to change the channel, Modern Aliens. There we go. What do you think? Sort of works for me. I know it's upside down, but that kind of doesn't make much sense unless you know what it is, so that works for me. So I'm going to consider that good. And then we'll set up another station here. That, unfortunately, is just going to have to go. What else should we place in here? I'm going to try and build an antenna outside. That's going to be fun, because I'm not quite sure how to do that. I've looked at various things, and yes, that's going to be fun. So that is basically communication. So we can put our labels on the doors, but I'm thinking of just doing something very simple. We don't have the option. Can you see this here? They don't give us the option of leather, which just makes me sad. Okay, so shall we call it C1? What color should we do it? Black and white? There we go. To come in. I was a little bit blank as I went through the door. That's not good. All right, and then I'm just going to get some images. I could get up, but I don't feel like getting up. Okay, I'm not flying. Okay. I have a solar panel box, like just here, but no. So let's do refrigeration. How's that? Let's see what this looks like. I'm going to have to move the door, aren't I? How many refrigerators should we have? 4? Maybe a little bit further over. Because then that can open and that can open. Okay, that's a smaller door than that one. Okay, so if you come in here, this is the refrigerated section. We can probably build almost a framework around it. I'm wondering if we should keep the vents at the back, or if we should just build a wall. Maybe just to there. Because of the windows. And then, you know, when I was doing the double trouble house and I couldn't put a shower drain, I was like, I'd finished everything and I'd sold the house. And as I was editing, I was like, so why didn't I use that? So, yeah, what can I say? Don't want that one though, but that's the first one that I can see. He's so tiny. That one or that one? That one. So we can have horrible color, isn't it? Is that actually in line, or am I imagining? Wow, that's unusual for me. We've got the vents there. Now we can just get one of these doors. There we go. And that's your refrigeration area. I think that'll work. Let's start on this edge, shall we? We can move that door in further. In fact, that now perfectly lines it up with the outside, because this is to the solar panels and this is to the hydroponics. So it's easy. You grow your stuff, you bring it in here, you take it into your refrigeration area or into your prep. So there's that. And then this can be for regular people to do stuff. I am also going to probably build something similar to that on this side and just make a huge pantry. Now the question would be, do we put a archway instead? We don't really need to keep it cool, so we can put a door frame in instead. Then there's access from two sides. And all we have to do is copy that Okay. I don't know if you like the colors that I've decided on, but I just thought it was fun for a change because I'm always that person who does like the boring colors. I thought something different would be good. That should be fine. Okay, I think these will line up against this wall here. And they just come under the vents, which is perfect. Look at that. Now we're going to use plain white. I think so. I'll probably use that for another area. How many? Lots. That works. And then all the plates, knives and forks, probably pots, cooking utensils, and everything can go into that. And the floor is white. The ceiling is supposed to be white, but in this light it's not really making it white. So yes, so that can be the basic prep area there. That's probably going to be the next one, and I am going for probably white. How many stoves do we need? Maybe 3 or 4. I'm still a huge fan of drawers as opposed to doors. Why would it actually? You know what? We have the option. Let's just do that and bring this wall up by 1 block. There we go. So you've got your refrigerated stuff in here with a door on it. And then we've got the pantry over there without a door on it. And you are now officially in the wall. So let's move you. There we go. Prep area. We are going to need extractor fans, aren't we? Not really that many. But that's wall mounted. So I think I'm going to use that. And we can probably run something along the wall as like a ducting. But in the meantime, let's find some stovetops. And yes, we're going to go for induction. Induction is the best thing for solar. It's wonderful. There we go. We can always put some cupboards on the wall here. Just put them in line with that so it hides the ducting, you know? We can just put the ducting behind it. Just running behind it. Oh yes. We are probably not going to need more than 1 sink, because everything is just going to be dishwashers. Maybe here on the prep station, you need to rinse your veggies. Actually fits there perfectly. Oh yeah, that should be fine. So all the cooking is going to happen there. And then we can put these behind that. Yeah, I think that works. It looks like a large enough area to do that sort of stuff. I think here we can then, because this is the dining room area, so maybe then we bring in all the dishwashers on this side. Okay, dishwashers. And then if in the event of us requiring it, we can actually, let's get a shelf. Maybe put a few of these there. if you need to put something up to dry, you can. Okay, and then we are going to need an area here for stuff like laundry. So I'm just thinking of a flow here for the plates and everything, because again, the dining room is right there. So once they're washed, they can come from here back into that. And then here might be a plan, because the sleeping quarters are on this. So let's think of facilities for laundry. Washer, and that's the dryer. Am I putting it the right way around? Instead of having them right on top of each other, we can have something like this in between. And then you've got somewhere to put your basket, and you can get your washing liquid and all the rest of it out of there. Now, how many people? I actually have no idea how many people are in this facility yet. I haven't counted, but I think 8 machines will be more than enough. What do you say? Okay. Makes sense, doesn't it? I ask. And then you've got this nice big cupboard that will actually, you'll be able to store all your laundry detergent and stuff. There you go. Yes, no, maybe? Not sure. All right. And I now have a whole side of the kitchen here that I have no idea what I'm going to do with. But I do know I want to put shelves in here. All right, and then we've got lots of stuff that we can put on. I think I'll keep these shelves here. They're not as deep as these, but I think they'll be fine. So yes. Let me know what you think. Initial impression. Any ideas? Any suggestions? Do you hate the flow? Do you like the flow? Should I do something else with the walls? And what other areas have I missed? The only thing that's in the living room is a fireplace right now, and it's one of the modern ones, which I think is quite cool. It doesn't have to be on the floor, it can be on the wall. So that's quite cool. We can have screens, we can have seating areas, and then next door we could probably set up a buffet type area here so that people can come help themselves to food. We have got some plates of food here that we can probably drop into onto a buffet type heating table. So that could be fun. I mean, stuffed turkeys in the desert, why not? So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.